Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to this special presentation of Tarot for today.
And we are doing yet another Brexit.
I guess we're going to call this one Brexit the Final Countdown because we're not sure. And we, of course, are not from the European Union or
The
Great
UK.
Britain, the UK. We are just outside people who know that there's a lot of interest in what's going on with Brexit, with the European Union and with Great Britain, folks. Our videos have gotten a lot of views. We thank you for that. We've been trying to keep things very objective. We don't want to have an opinion. I mean, we have an opinion, obviously, on it, but we don't want that to reflect in our card readings. And so I think I did use the term before Brexit, a Brexit or a bad exit, and maybe that wasn't a fair way to say it. Maybe the way I should say it is Brexit or no exit, which means, that it's a bad exit of sorts. Either that it's ongoing or that, there's no deal, and, there are implications to that, I think financially and otherwise. So, we definitely don't want to opinionize here. We just want to see what the cards have to say. And I know there's going to be, and also, I don't know about you, but I haven't been looking at the news lately since our last video on this. And so I am not sure what's going on with Brexit right now. So this is going to be, other than the fact that I know that there was another deadline set by the European Union and that Britain was going to have an election. Finally, Boris Johnson got his wish to have an election held. So I think we're going to have a question about the election a little bit, and then we're going to have a question about the Brexit deal. And the first question I think we're going to ask our cards today is, will the election that is happening in December favor Boris Johnson's plans for his version of Brexit? He's trying to get a deal passed in Parliament, and obviously, depending on the party makeup in Parliament, that will have implications for whether his deal passes Parliament or not. So let's see if he is going to have a majority. Now, this may not necessarily be of his party, but people in parties that might also be elected that favor his plan for a Brexit. And let's see if he gets what he needs out of this election. And I think this is a good yes-no reading for this. Let's give it a shot. And we're doing this because there is so much interest and the fact that we like to stretch our prognosticating abilities a bit and see if we can't predict what is happening for our friends over in Great Britain and the European Union. And we haven't been that far off, I think, with most of our readings, really. So let's see what we get as far as this election goes.
If you view this video or any of our other ones, you're more than welcome to leave a comment about what you felt about that.
But please know, we're not going to try to take sides. I understand, like things that are going on in our own country here. There are things that are dividing the British public right now and population and possibly even in the European Union. We really don't want to take sides. We just want to see what the cards have to say.
But the UK countries and European countries like our own, there oftentimes is a chasm between far right and far left and everything in between. So here we go with that reading.
Wow. Well, that's an interesting card there at the end. It seems like, to me, right now the cards are indicating that yes, this election that Boris Johnson has been seeking may very well give him exactly what he needs in order to move forward with his plans for a Brexit. However, what do you make of that card there, the seven of?
Well, it's tempted to indicate that maybe it's not a clear thing for him, that he may have to give something back that he had previously already tried to take a hold of, and that is the seven of swords reversed, which can mean a reversal of fortunes or can indicate some realignment between things that might appear dubious, might appear as if somebody acted out of hand, out of character, and acted before their uh, judgments were ordered or were indicated sound.
So it sounds like there could possibly be some shady dealing going on behind the scenes in order to make it happen.
I wasn't going to say that exactly, but I think that it sort of feels that maybe it's not so much that shady, but that
Political.
the revelation of what happened comes out. In other words, it's not so shady because we maybe actually get to find out what some of these side deals or conditions were.
So, in other words, he may have to give up something or go back to something
Okay.
else, maybe add something else to this plan
Revert
in
a
order to
previous
make it
version.
more palatable for Parliament to approve of. But it still sounds like the
It's
election
going to probably happen more
is going to
likely
go
than
more
not.
his
His
way
favor.
than not. And it's very possible that people are tired of all the back and forth, which may be playing into this as well, is that people are through.
Well, for what it's worth, with public opinion, it still seems like, to me, maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm not understanding, that conservatives seem to still have more power or more ability to push things through or opinionate. Do you feel
Well,
that way
it's
sometimes?
possible. I hesitate to say because sometimes, there are people in other parties who straddle lines. They may not be always in the conservative court, but on the Brexit issue, they might be. And so I just think it's a matter of alliances forming and how he creates those alliances here that might be called to question a little bit. But I think also he might be relying on some people that maybe he had to turn away in the past, and now he has to rely on them to help him make this decision. And maybe some of them will come back into the fold. I'm thinking in terms of, I believe there was some people that I don't know if this is the proper term, but banned from the party or ousted from the conservative movement or something. And he may have to go back on some of that and rely on some of these allies to help him now. So there's going to be a give and take that's definitely going on here of some
Right.
sort.
When you give the appearance of being part of a faction or moving towards the way a faction moves, then you kind of have to put your money where your mouth is or say this is where you stand too. So you have to indicate where your preferences lie or where your support is going.
So this looks very interesting to me, but this is probably about the most positive I think we've seen for Boris's work, and what he's desired. So this is kind of a turn of things with our readings.
Okay,
And let's
so
see
we're
now
going to now
if
move to another one.
actually what it's looking for the Brexit exit itself. Is there really going to, will Britain meet this deadline? And, and here's our cat coming to say hello. This is Sunny.
One of our commenters said that the cat that moves to and fro, that would be this one. To and
Yes.
fro.
This cat is very popular on our live streams. Is always stealing the show.
So, what do you think, Mr. Sunny?
I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this one as I shuffle here.
Well, you had an idea of a question before, but
Oh, I did mention it. It's basically, will they leave the European Union with Boris's Brexit deal by the deadline? The
well, that could
latest
be another
deadline.
yes or no.
I think it's going to be. And then I'm going to try one other quick thing. Did you shuffle already? I don't think
No, I
so.
didn't.
For this one. You can cut them. I think he just likes all the attention he gets from us while he's here. And he loves nothing better than to take away my room, so I can't shuffle for you.
Okay, I'm going to cut him here.
Yep. All right. Wow. Okay. I have, oops, you can get that one in there, thank you. The Ace of Swords upright.
Beautiful
By the
card.
way, this deck is Ciro Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams. That is the Ace of Pentacles upright. It's the US Games deck. US Games Inc. And that is the Knight of Pentacles.
Wands.
I'm sorry. Why did I say that? The Knight of Wands upright. And the Knight of Wands upright is like, wow, you know, something is definitely cooking here. This
Movement,
is a
movement.
yes for sure, and things are moving finally. I think the stalemate is over, for better or worse. I'm not judging here, but the stalemate is over and things are moving forward. There's definitely going to be a deal, and it's definitely going to be by the deadline. That's what it looks like to me. So maybe we can finally say this is the final countdown to Brexit. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are happy, and an equal number of people that are going to be unhappy with the way that this turns out. But it'll finally be settled, and they will be moving on from here.
The devil is always in the details, as they say, and I do think that the upright Knight of Wands is not a devil at all, but is actually showing that some association maybe that has yet to develop will kind of indicate a more trustful attitude, that things will develop and coalesce around a plan or a situation or a person who can vouch for how the movement will happen and guarantee as best as possible that the plan proceeds in the best way possible.
Yes.
And it's about trust. And people are going to have to learn how to do the trust thing.
So there you have it. That is our hopefully final countdown on Brexit. I want to thank everybody for viewing our videos. I'm just shocked at all the interest and pleased. I'm glad we could help out in some way. We've gotten a lot of positive comments. We've gotten some that have tried to set us straight, one way or another. And again, I appreciate all the feedback because it's given me, a lot to think about as far as this issue is for you guys in Great Britain and the European Union. And I wish you all the best. All we want to see, if anything, is the best for everybody to come out of this. So however it's decided, I truly hope that, the powers that be will only take this in a direction that will be positive for everybody concerned. We wish you well. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace, and see you again.